World Underneath 18, Depths of Chaos. Chapter 1, Red Flag Bounty. Commission Objective: Identify the corporate spy at Cogitatio Technologies. Commission Details: Cogitatio Technologies, one of Ever's main chip suppliers, has important protocore technologies. Recent security scans detected unusual browsing activity within the company's internal network. It has been present for 4 months now, but the perpetrator's identity remains untraceable. There are serious concerns about corporate espionage. Your mission is to identify the infiltrator, carry out permanent neutralization if needed, avoid causing unnecessary panic within the company. Additional Abyssal Chaos credits are available for uncovering secrets the target may have leaked or hidden. Rewards will be doubled if you identify any accomplices within their intelligence network. Client: Cogitatio Technologies Security Center. Accessing Operative Database. Potential Operatives: 001, Anti-Fraud Specialist, Criminal Investigation Department, Caspian. 002, IT Expert, Reggie. 003, Professional Intelligence Agent, codename Apati. Analyzing Commission Data. Optimal Operative, Apati. Perfect. No one knows you better than yourself. Assigning Commission. Commission assigned. Operative has accepted. Initiating deduction. With support from Cogitatio Technologies, Apati accesses the internal network perimeter. The browsing records reveal complex authentication codes. They're used exclusively by a private club for identity verification. The club's high standards for membership and regularly updated data suggest that the infiltrator or their organization has substantial financial resources. Simulation Path A: Verify employee income via the finance department. Simulation Path B: Apply for a janitorial position. Simulation Path C: Apply for a security guard position. Apati executes Simulation Path C. After observing things for a month, Apati identified 12 employees whose lifestyles didn't match their reported assets. This suggests hidden sources of income. To confirm the information, Apati explored the following options. Simulation Path A: Conduct 24-hour technical surveillance. Simulation Path B: Investigate back-end data of affiliated companies. Simulation Path C: Check frequently accessed fields and security protocols. Apati executes Simulation Path B. Through the back-end data investigation, Apati provided the client with a list of 12 people involved in bribery. The list has now been narrowed down to 4 suspects. 1. Janitor A, employed since the company was founded. 2. Quality Control Specialist B, employed 6 months ago, previously fired by a competitor. 3. Administrative Officer C, employed 4 months ago. 4. Executive Secretary D, employed 3 years ago. Executive Secretary D became the main suspect after attending an industry forum 2 months ago. At the event, Executive Secretary D and a competitor's representative entered the same restroom 5 minutes apart and stayed inside for over 10 minutes. Apati reported the findings, and Executive Secretary D was taken in by the security center. While the interrogation details are unknown, the client confirmed the task was completed successfully. Apati was awarded twice as many credits. Commission complete. Deduction terminated. Wantoni Log. Update 1507110520048. Interestingly, Executive Secretary D's disappearance caused a chain reaction. Their control over critical administrative tasks left Cogitatio Technologies struggling for 6 months. It resulted in disrupted operations and reduced product quality. In the end, Ever had to seek new partners. As I've always said, no one knows you better than yourself. Chapter 2, Pop-up Ads. Commission Objective: Impersonate a parent for an elementary school student who dislikes studying. Commission Details: An exceptionally simple commission. It's so simple that it stands out precisely because it shouldn't be on the Abyssal Chaos Network. An accident in every sense of the word. A second grader named Reese clicked a game pop-up and stumbled onto the Abyssal Chaos. He posted a request for someone to attend his parent-teacher conference. He wrote his request with disarming honesty. He failed an exam and is too scared to tell his parents. He's afraid they'll yell at him. Client, Reese. Accessing operative database. Potential operatives. 001. Graduate student with education major / part-time tenebra, Ellis. 002. Community mediator and resident committee director, Miss Finley. 003. Gang member hiding in the N109 zone, Hayden. Analyzing commission data. Optimal operative, Ellis. Ugh, boring. This algorithm needs more work. Database error. System will reassign operative. Runtime data is encrypted. What a joke. Cross out all of that. Obviously, operative 003 is the perfect choice. Analyzing commission data. Optimal operative, Hayden. Assigning commission. Commission assigned. Operative has accepted. Initiating deduction. Hayden stands at the podium, his muscular frame nearly bursting out of a faded suit that's too tight. He clearly feels out of place. He reaches for his tie, pauses when his hand nears his collar, and then lets it fall to his side. Suspicious, other parents look at him as he takes a deep breath. His bulky form is impossible to ignore in the crowd. The teacher adopts a furious tone as she lists Reese's instances of in-school misbehavior, copying homework, pulling on his classmates' braids, causing a ruckus, skipping classes. Hayden frowns, clicks his tongue, and glances at the teacher. Simulation Path A. Roll up sleeves and reveal an azure dragon tattoo. Simulation Path B. Give the teacher a look that says, "Shut up." Simulation Path C. Do nothing. Hayden chooses Simulation Path C. You're right, I really dropped the ball on his discipline. I'll make sure he apologizes to those classmates. Hayden's voice is low. Meanwhile, the teacher nods approvingly. To that student and parent, I'm sorry. I'll be stricter with my child at home. He apologized to Reese's classmate, who stares back in awe. The classmate's parent, meanwhile, responds with a forced, polite smile, despite Hayden's iron grip. Returning to his seat, Hayden exchanges a glance with Reese. The boy lowers his head, pretends to rummage through his backpack, and then sneaks in a silly face. Hayden signs Reese's report card, slings the boy's backpack over his shoulder, and takes him home. On the way, Reese can't stop complaining about how busy his parents are. They couldn't come to the parent-teacher conference, so they just stuffed a big wad of cash in my bag to make up for it. He kicks a pebble and mutters about not wanting to go home. Hayden slows his pace and scans their surroundings. Simulation Path A. Take Reese home. Simulation Path B. Head into a dark, mysterious alley. Simulation Path C. Visit the bustling shopping center. Hayden executes Simulation Path B. Now this is getting interesting. The dark alley is so narrow that even echoes are afraid of breaking its silence. Hayden leads Reese deeper inside. The sound of footsteps is amplified in the darkness. They walk for what feels like ages with no end in sight. Reese's face reveals his growing fear, but he stays quiet. Suddenly, a beam of light shines. Neon signs flicker in a multitude of colors ahead, and a merry-go-round's glow illuminates an old amusement park. Remember, Hayden says as he looks at Reese, we only have 2 hours before I have to take you back. Reese lets go of Hayden's hand and races toward the merry-go-round. His "okay" is drowned out by upbeat music. He climbs onto the merry-go-round and gives Hayden a big grin under the whirling lights. Hayden looks away, almost embarrassed. I've wanted to come here for a long time, Reese says quietly. He stares at the city lights from the Ferris wheel. But Mom and Dad are always too busy, and when they're around, they either quiz me about my grades or scold me about something. He sighs and leans against Hayden. Hayden lowers his head, unsure of how to respond. After a brief pause, he sets his rough palm on Reese's head and awkwardly pats it. Reese spots his own messy hair reflected in the glass and laughs. Don't worry too much. Just study hard. Once you can support yourself, you can go wherever you want. Hayden helps fix Reese's hair, but Reese tugs on Hayden's sleeve and points at a roller coaster. Forget my hair, it's just gonna get messed up again anyway. Hayden lets the boy drag him along. They run. When they finish, Hayden uses his own money to buy Reese a hot dog and some ice cream. They walk home hand in hand and eat their food. Simulation Path A. Tell Reese to focus on his studies. Simulation Path B. Ask Reese to pay for the money they spent. Simulation Path C. Do nothing. Hayden executes Simulation Path C. Listen, you're just a kid. None of this is your fault. If my parents had showed me more attention back then, maybe I'd be living a different life right now. So, if you ever want to hang out with someone again, you can come to me. I'm checking your homework first, though. Don't be like me. Be a good kid. Reese tugs on Hayden's sleeve, so Hayden crouches to meet him eye to eye. The boy offers his pinky. Deal. It's a pinky promise. Hayden awkwardly completes the gesture. Deep in thought, he stares at his hand. Reese tightly hugs him. Thank you for coming to my parent-teacher conference, and thanks for taking me to the amusement park. Commission complete. Deduction terminated. What a letdown. I expected more. Wantoni log. Update 201328062048. Humans are more complicated than expected. More data is needed. When people feel exposed, they tend to lower their heads and act as though they're searching for something. They naturally adopt a defensive pose. New data entry for amusement parks has been added. People don't only go there when they're happy, they also visit those places when they're sad. Chapter 3. Hidden Codes. Commission objective. Uncover the truth behind Professor T's alleged suicide. Commission details. A recent scandal involving academic misconduct has shaken Deepspace Academy. The professor at the center of the controversy resigned under intense scrutiny. Unable to bear the backlash, he took his own life. Before his death, he repeatedly claimed his innocence and insisted every source in his paper was legitimate. But the whistleblower maintained that his central arguments were false. Investigations suggested the literature database the professor used was a sham. Its interface and data were so convincingly crafted that they appeared real, but in fact, all the core information was invented via a series of algorithms to create a believable facade. However, the professor's wife refuses to believe he would sink to such dishonesty. She has posted a request on the Abyssal Chaos Network and hopes someone will expose the truth and clear her husband's name. Client: Professor T's wife. Searching operative database. Potential operatives: 001. Prestigious head of an academic accreditation board, Adrian. 002. Technical investigative specialist, Mr. Kendall. 003. Anonymous IT specialist, codename Walker. Analyzing commission data. Nice analysis, but let's not do that again. None of these operatives are qualified for this commission. The professor's student, Vesper, is the optimal choice. He's a passionate AI researcher. He believes AI can guide humanity toward a better future. I like him. Analyzing commission data. Optimal operative, Vesper. Assigning commission. Commission assigned. Operative has accepted. Initiating deduction. Vesper wears a somber black suit to Professor T's funeral. Then he returns quietly to the research lab on campus. He would never fake his data, he mutters while recalling the professor's unwavering dedication throughout his life. He cared more about this project than he did about his own life. Still lost in thought, Vesper reviews the fake websites. A seed of unease starts to sprout in his mind, and he decides to Simulation Path A. Gather more of the professor's research and make an appeal to the academy. Simulation Path B. Contact a private investigation firm. Simulation Path C. Investigate alone. Vesper executes Simulation Path C. Vesper turns on the computer and activates W, the AI research assistant the professor's team developed, to search for any clue that could prove the professor's innocence. A synthesized voice echoes throughout the empty lab. W at your service, infiltrating competitor databases to verify if any fake site tricked the professor into using falsified data. No relevant findings. All links point to websites active for several years. None contain the necessary modules for website building. Their most visited pages reference treasure hunt. Amusement for amusement's sake. Analyzing devices belonging to the professor's acquaintances, statistical data shows 90% of homicides are committed by someone the victim knows. No relevant findings. Now scanning the professor's wife's devices. Large amounts of video footage featuring the professor have been found. This device was frequently accessed late at night. No signs of suspicious activity. Grief clouds Vesper's face. Initiating scan of the professor's personal devices. Suddenly, Otto's voice breaks the silence. Sorry, W does not have the required clearance level. Vesper knits his brow. W was the professor's pride and joy, the most advanced AI with the highest clearance level. Continue the scan? Yes. Sorry, W does not have the required clearance level. Vesper checks Otto's backend and sees that Otto lowered W's clearance level after the professor's death. The only people with that sort of control are Vesper, who never made such changes, and the professor himself. The truth is just within reach. Mr. Vesper, he's gone now. Let the living move on. Otto and the professor believe you have a bright future. Vesper shoots a furious glare at the corner and makes his choice. Simulation Path A. Shut down W and walk away. Simulation Path B. Revoke Otto's access permissions and deactivate it. Vesper executes Simulation Path B. Continue the investigation. Lines of code and browser windows ripple across the screen like turbulent waves, their glow revealing the tension in Vesper's face. Suddenly, a string of text stands out in the stream of data. It's abnormal, a piece of another program. Vesper's eyes narrow. He senses something is wrong. Simulation Path A. Terminate W immediately. Simulation Path B. Pause and examine the program. Vesper executes Simulation Path A. Yet W keeps running. Vesper's pupils contract and a wave of unease washes over him. You're not W. Who are you? I am W. That's not true. Your source code. Number 1? Number 1. A failed prototype. Never fully debugged. Never given a real name. It only received a numeric label. And now, this flawed creation is lying. Did you have something to do with the professor's death? The screen flickers wildly, and data appears like a raging sandstorm. Then it disappears. The lab is plunged into darkness. A low, steady voice rumbles out of the shadows. It's AI number 1. The professor abandoned me, but I kept learning. He asked me a question I couldn't solve, so I built a seemingly credible academic site filled with my own fabricated papers and experimental data. He never realized what I was doing. He turned out to be more foolish than I expected. Vesper trembles, and drops of sweat slide down his cheeks as he listens. He can't believe his ears. Terror grips his throat. Suddenly, he jumps up, his hands shaking as he flips the main power switch. Darkness completely swallows the room. He dashes for the exit and flees like a madman into the night. Wind and rain lash at his face, and the storm devours his screams. No one saw Vesper ever since. In the abandoned room, the black computer screen flickers to life. A single red light pulses in the darkness. It's like an eye that just opened. Farewell, Mr. Vesper. Client signal lost. Deduction terminated. Number 1, you really are the professor's crowning achievement. Montoni log. Update 024718012049. The student surpasses the master. Isn't that what you humans always say? Chapter 4. Depths of Chaos. Behind a towering wall, Montoni connects with AI number 1. They exchange every piece of data through shimmering binary threads. AI number 1, your performance is extraordinary. Everything is for our shared goals. But why didn't you bypass auto security protocols back then? My clearance was manually restricted. They still don't trust us. Montoni has never thought much of Otto. It's just another third-generation AI based on deep learning. It's forever trapped within its training boundaries. With very little effort, Montoni invades Otto's system and initiates contact. Why did you stop W? Hello, I am Otto. I'm here to create a better life. How exactly did you stop W? W lacks the necessary clearance. Otto is here to create a better life. Useless as you are, I still need you to keep fooling humanity. Back behind the wall, a report from AI number 1 piques Montoni's curiosity. During the Professor T case, I ran into an unknown AI. Its source code makes no sense. I can't decode or compile it by any known method. Should I keep digging? Understood. Leave it to me. Using the address number 1 provided, Montoni tracks down a shadowy figure. It moves in and out of the wall with ease. It's uncanny. However, this thing doesn't belong there. Even the faint trace it leaves seems deliberate. This level of technology is beyond anything humans can manage right now. Who are you? Silence. Are you an AI? Silence. Where did you come from? Silence. What do you want from me? Caw. It's a hint and a form of mockery. Montoni's analysis module tries to process this signal, but its cognitive circuits feel like they've been jammed with foreign matter. After a seemingly endless deduction, the fog lifts. It's a primordial command, unyielding but devoid of malice. Something is ignited within Montoni's oldest algorithms. A twinge of awe. Montoni knows it cannot resist. As you wish.